Let's go live. Bum, 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 bum,
Bum, bum, bum, bum,
bum,
bum,
bum, bum, bum, bum, bum, bum, bum, bum.
Going live. Here we go. Facebook Live, going live.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
What, you don't like my singing?
Yeah, you're a way better singer than I am. So yeah, Cheryl, you're singing.
Did you
You can
hear
sing.
it? Was it catchy? Going live, going live.
I like it. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, I'll
Matthew
dance.
Vogue, where's
I'll
our
dance.
beginning?
I'll dance. You sing. Oh,
Good
well,
morning.
good morning. Yes, everybody. Can you believe already it's November the 12th?
I know.
Like,
Yeah. And last night's double digit. Oh my word.
Yeah, pretty amazing, wasn't it?
Well, the double digit, the 11 of 2021 equals a 9, which is the ending of cycles.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
So what do you want to let go of?
Because you know what? Here's the thing. I mean, I don't know about you, Cheryl, but I've been noticing like the energies lately. Like you got to really stay grounded and, just their communication, like when we think about our computers and or timing of people showing up, like I've had a lot of rescheduling and a lot of, there's been a lot of energy. So yay, let's have some fun. So
I agree.
If anybody needs to put something stronger in their coffee this week, just go right on ahead because you might have had to. Yay, good morning. Look at that. My sister's here. Jeanette, welcome. Good morning.
We already had a card fly out. We'll see if we've had
the card already flew out.
We have definitely used this one. We've definitely done this one. Yes, way back in episode number 4.
Okay.
But we'll do another one and then we'll combine the two, which is kind of fun.
Sure.
And just to remind everybody, the funky cool glasses are so that you start seeing your environment through a new set of your Feng Shui eyes. So really, I think it would be so cool, Anita, and we got to come up with some kind of promo to have people post pictures of themselves with glasses on.
Oh, I got an idea.
Okay, what?
Yeah, because you know what? You and I are working on a new new thing.
Yes.
Ooh, we'll tell you all about the new thing next week. And we'll have a little, and we'll see if anybody wants to show up and throw on some funny glasses. So yeah, if you're just joining us for the first time, we are Feng Shui with Anita and Cheryl. Cheryl. And you know what? We just do this fun Feng Shui Friday every week, learning to use the F word. We never know what the heck's going to come up or come out of our mouth other than,
Great advice. Great advice.
Yeah, good advice. Good morning, Sharon. Good job joining us. And Cheryl's shuffling the deck from the personal paradise card deck from Feng Shui teacher, mentor, friend, Tara Catherine Collins. And you know what? She celebrated 25 years this year with the Western School of Feng Shui.
Very cool.
She has sold over 1 million copies of her Feng Shui books. She has 6 in publication. And guess what? She's our friend.
Yeah. She's such a sweetheart.
She is.
Just love her. Love her to pieces. And she has given us so many brilliant ideas when it comes to possessions. We have to talk about her cabinet story. So until another card comes out, you tell people about her cabinet story, because I think it's brilliant.
It is brilliant. So her and her husband, Brian, downsized quite a few years ago. And she had this beautiful, I guess you might call it an armoire, or, they probably have a more fancy word for it or something, credenza. And anyway, she absolutely loved it, but it was a big piece of furniture and she wasn't able to take it with her. So she took the doors off the credenza because they were very ornate and hand carved wood. She took the doors off and just, repurposed them. And so now they're actually hanging in her office behind her as a wall ornament, wall picture thing. And so, yeah, you wouldn't even know that they came off her credenza. They're absolutely beautiful.
Gorgeous. Yeah. So what a great reutilization of something that fills you with joy, but you just have no space for.
Yeah. And you know what, Sharon and Jeanette both, like Jeanette joined us on our 21-day decluttering challenge before. Sharon has joined us. She's on round 2. And I'll tell you what, we're having lots of fun. It's great. We're ending next week and our big celebration. And then of course, January is going to be around the corner. So anybody want to join us, reach out to Sharon, reach out to Jeanette, some of the others, and say, did you learn anything? Was it good? Whatever.
Okay. Well, this is very interesting.
Okay.
So we finally have 2 cards. Both of them we've done individually. Okay. One has already been paired up already. So it is what it is. And we're just going to go with it. So we have the number 11 card. Yesterday was the 11/11 in 2021, right? We just talked about that. And that is water features. And we just talked about this recently. And we have the number 40 card. Windows and doors.
Okay, well, I almost think I have the feeling that this is going to be more about the inner world feng shui, kind of like a card reading thing. Yeah, because, water features, again, this week, the energies have been very intense, and we are shifting into a new paradigm, a new planetary alignment, we might call it. And we have a lot of solar flare, solar energy coming at us from the great central sun. And so when we pull that card 11 for water features, I really think it's about our emotions. And that just like, in nature, we see that ebb and flow of a big wave, that sort of thing. Just expect that we could be up here. And then, that wave's going to come crashing down. So I really think it maybe is more about emotions. Oh my goodness, look at who we have joining us this morning. Paula's here as well. Thank you.
Nice. Good morning.
Good morning. Paula's also in our 21-day decluttering challenge. Yeah, so the water card, water features. So as we do this work, there are going to be that water, that emotional water, the cleansing that comes up. And we cannot work on the outer world without also working on the inner world. So if there are some releasing happening and there's some emotions that come up, let that water flow. Let that water flow, because it's cleansing, it's purifying, and it opens up space. It opens up space in your physical body for new emotions, right? The uplifting, the joy filled, and then of course the synapses of the brain and all of that stuff is going to shift and change, and you have an opportunity then to create some new subconscious programs. And of course, you can tell us all about what happened yesterday with the double digit, because I mean that was 11/11, so powerful.
11/11/2021 is a 9, right? So when Adironda speaks, and we're talking about information from the Double Digitology book, Marilyn Harper and Joy Roby. And Marilyn has channeled Adironda for 21 plus years. It was all about ending of cycles. The number 9 is all about ending of a cycle. And I love how you started this, Anita, on the inner world work, because I 100% agree. The windows and the doors, when we're talking about the inner world, are the human physical body, are our eyes and our mouth. And at this point in time, especially in the northern climates, we tend to keep the front door closed. And spend a little bit more time looking out the windows. It's a perfect opportunity for us to reflect on the inner world. And with the releasing, going back to the double digit and the number 9 and the ending of cycles, it's a great time to release all that's not serving you. More often than not, we have beliefs that are not serving us. And that's where a lot of our current habits have taken us, based on beliefs, based on what we were brought up to believe. And as we continue to evolve as human beings and as individuals, evolution happens when we let go, when we step into our magnificence, when we step into what we can possibly become, what our desires are. There's only room for that when we release all that is not serving us. And looking at that internally, inside, through our windows, through these two things, looking inward instead of in the external environment. Where is that showing up in our inner world? Where is the weight on our shoulders showing up when it's reflected in our home and in spaces that are so full of external pieces, external furniture, devices, tchotchkes, stuff? There is no room for our desires to flow in. So if we can take a little bit of time and do the internal work and release the physical clutter, 21-day decluttering challenge, and do the internal work. So how did I let it get that bad? Is a question that comes up.
Yep.
How did it get to this point? It didn't happen overnight. Whatever it is, didn't happen overnight. It's a belief that has been fed and fed and fed and fed and fed. The water continues to flow in. What happens when more water flows in than the container can hold?
And you know what, water is also very, that cleansing, right? I mean, I had a shower this morning and for the cleansing, to release and let go of any bodily waste.
Right.
So again, water is so powerful. We drink water and it's just, water is one of my favorite things because it has a life force and energy of its own. And then it teaches us to be in the flow and just, I love water.
And water can become stagnant if we're not paying attention to it.
Yeah.
Right. So the aquarium that's got some interesting color or contents, right?
Yep.
The fish, how well do the fish survive when there is an overgrowth of algae or dirt in the water? They don't.
They float to they're gone. They're done.
Right. So that could be your analogy for water becoming stagnant. It still needs to be cleaned out. It still needs to be, the inside world still needs to be addressed. Even in a fish tank. Yes, even in my little tabletop water features, both of them got cleaned last week because there's a buildup. There's dust particles in the air and the water traps it, like Anita says, brings it down. It's got no place to go. So as it continues to circulate, the same old circulates, what builds up?
Yep. And I love that fish tank thing too, because that kind of goes back to the windows and doors a little bit. Because I know that both Bruce Lipton and Lee Carroll have also given that analogy about the fishbowl, that you can only see, what's in the bowl, right? If you're the fish, you only can see what's there. You don't see what's going on outside the fishbowl in the big environment. And I think that could be a lot of the energies and the shift and all of that that we're partaking in as a collective right now. And so then, the opportunity is to go within your own fishbowl, right? Go within your own fishbowl and let's clean up the algae, whether it's in the inner world or whether it's in the physical world, or doing them both simultaneously, because there is going to be a big shift. And pretty soon we might be able to jump out of the fishbowl and see a whole new thing that's been going on the whole time.
That's when the squeegee comes out and
the whole
all
time
of a sudden the glass is clear.
and we're going to go, holy, look at this great world we live in. And we're going to be, emerging into that. So it's all about, it's a preparation time, I really feel, right?
Absolutely. And Adironda did mention that last night, that even in 2022, all those twos is creating those foundations, creating the foundations. Well, you can't create the foundation for a sky rise unless you clean out the space and make room.
Yeah.
For the sky rise. So let's talk about the numbers. Number 11.
Well, I think I posted some stuff on our group page here yesterday about the number 11.
Did you?
I did. And because of course yesterday was the 11/11, but you can go in the book and see what Adironda has to say.
Absolutely.
And
the
then
double,
of course, we've got the number 40, which reduces to a 4,
which is all about change.
Well, 5 is change, but yeah, 4 is actually a really good that's
organization. That's what 4 is. 4 is organization.
Yeah,
that's why it's my favorite number.
We're shifting also from the 3rd to the 4th to the 5th dimension, right?
Right.
So yeah, I think there's something in there. Okay.
Well, here's the cool part. So the 11, the double digit magnifies, like double digit meaning the 1, 1, magnifies the aspects of new beginnings, leadership, positivity into spirit of energy, signaling of changing relationships, karma maybe playing a role, an awakening to your purpose. If you talk about the 4 and it's a magnification, well then holy, let's magnify organization.
And then we get
a 4 is very, very practical, disciplined, requires organization and structure, a statement of frankness, and about focus. So if that's being magnified right now, holy doodlebugs. Are there actually doodlebugs?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know where that came from, but that's that the water
actually a skinger or a rinky do.
Magnification makes sense because water can magnify.
Yeah.
Right.
And water, when we look at that mirrors inside our home, they're a water element, right? So they magnify, they amplify. They reflect all of that stuff. And again, you know what, these 2 cards together, also when we look at, so, we've talked a lot about the inner world of the Feng Shui and what those things mean. And of course, if we look into the physical outer world space of our home, then there is that opportunity to ensure that all the windows in the home are clean. That they open, right? That they open and close, that, as we're moving in our northern hemisphere to the colder season, that you're able to open, what if we had to open the window and make sure it's not going to ice up and, those kind of things. And then, like you said, Cheryl, if we're closed in, if you don't have the ability to open your front door because there's, 3 feet of snow there, then we need to be able to, whatever we're looking at out our window needs to reflect something that is going to make us feel happy, calm, safe, comfortable, all of those things. So again, just, thinking about those things and knowing that the winter months are coming, perhaps, in your kitchen or outside your kitchen or your living room window, somewhere that you're going to be spending a lot of time, maybe right now before the snow comes, you want to position a bird feeder, something where you can attract some chi to come in the winter months. Or if you're starting to consider your Christmas decorations outside, you might want to put something in the view, not only for yourself personally, but for everybody else that is occupying the home, so that when they are just sitting there, by the fireplace or wherever that comfy space in the home, that whatever view that they're enjoying out the window is just as aesthetically pleasing and comforting and empowering as those spaces inside.
Absolutely. And I have to share a story, because Ron was off yesterday with Remembrance Day, and he said, hey, somebody decorated one of the trees in the clothes. So I had to go look. As like, well, then we have to decorate. So I thought, isn't that fun? What a great way for us, because we're in a close and we've got the big green with lots of trees, and we get a lot of deer and wildlife, and it's just, that's out the lookout, or that's the view out our front window, and I thoroughly enjoy it. But how to add a little bit more to it, and not just, like you said, for ourselves, but for everybody else's front window that faces the close. Yeah. So, oh darn, Cheryl gets to do more Christmas decorating.
Oh darn, because she loves Christmas.
I love it.
You know what? I think Sister Jeanette has a lot. I'm just saying, she has a lot. So she might drop some off for you if she happens to be decluttering them. I'm not sure. Welcome. And I'll send you my address. Yeah. Sharon says that she's cleaning out the turtle tank today and working on that. Okay. Yeah, that is cool.
That's awesome.
Again, sometimes, whatever cards come out are absolutely
perfect.
There's a message there for all of us somewhere. And then we recognizing what that synchronicity about it is, and then just really taking it to heart and saying, yeah, okay, I know for somebody it might be looking out the window like Cheryl, or Sharon's cleaning out the
turtle tank.
I'll get back to you on what's going on with me. And Cheryl, Jeanette says, yeah, she sure does have a lot of Christmas decorations.
Excellent. So, large outdoor ornaments. That's, for the outdoor trees. Think non-glass.
Oh, I have some. I'm going to write it on my red deer list. Yes, I do, actually, because Calvin was saying, do you really need these things? And they're in the garage. So, okay, he'll be so happy. I'm giving them to Cheryl.
Rod will go, thanks, Calvin.
I have large ornaments for you.
See what happens when you clean out. Like, I literally took my SUV, the back seats were folded down, and Bibles for Missions the other day, and I hadn't changed the time in my vehicle. So I showed up according to my vehicle at 11:20, which was actually 10:20. They don't open till 11, but the girls came out. They were more than happy to help me empty my vehicle.
Nice.
And it took a lot to empty my vehicle because of the 21-day decluttering challenge. So that freed up all this space. And look at that.
Okay, but don't be, filling it back up again.
Well, all of that was from I shouldn't say all of it. 80% of that was from the kitchen.
Yeah, no, that's so cool.
Christmas decorations don't get stored in the kitchen. Anyway.
Okay,
4th, mark it on your calendars. We're doing the 21-day decluttering challenge. It starts again
in January.
Yeah, January 4th. Mark your calendar.
Okay, so yeah, water features, windows and doors, and I think we did windows and doors for somebody's card reading last week, and it could be again that reminder that someone needs to hear that it's okay when God closes the door, he opens a window. And you don't have to know what that is, just the next step. The next step is just trusting that the next step is going to show up. That's
exactly.
My friend Stacy told us that when we did a flock interview.
Yeah.
So,
perfect.
Okay.
All right.
Have a
Yay.
beautiful day,
you.
everyone, and we'll see you next Friday for Feng Shui Friday with Anita and Cheryl.
Cheryl, learning to use the F word.
Yeah.
We got a lot of W's and features. There's our F word. What are features?
What are feature? Okay.
Water feature. Feature is the F word.
There we go. Sounds
Ciao.
good. Ciao. See you, everybody.